today on EA.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The numbers for Williams a week ago: 19 carries, 89 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
To throw on third down, Jeffries. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It's taken to the 26. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Kelly. Oh, look at the juke. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Kelly. And a short gain down to about the 33.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll try and run for it with Kelly. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. The Bengals hit 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been...
Touchdown, Bengals! Jameson Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. That time a 6-play drive. And it was Jameson Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Looking to throw on second down. Jeffries. A 5-yard pass on first down and another 5-yard connection there.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Well, a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chris Olave, 65 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He topped the 200-yard mark a week ago. You know they're going to have a lot of eyes and hopefully for them bodies on him here in this one.
You've got to expect defensively, forget 8 men in the box. 9, 10, 11. And listen, they're trying to sneak you and me in there to try and slow him down. But I bet his offensive line mates are going to accept that challenge. They really like blocking for a guy who can turn up that kind of yardage.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Kelly. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Off play action, Fields. He's got Mason complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Operating from the gun, Jeffries. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Christian Harris able to record his 5th sack of the season. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Looking to throw. Jeffries. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Fields.
And this will be a dump off for Kelly.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
That's just what you call a chain mover right there. Nothing fancy. Get the ball out to the back, and you're asking him to make a little bit extra out of maybe what is nothing. And he does exactly that. Picks up the 1st down. I can't wait till we get to the point, partner, where we're not saying chain mover, but we're saying laser pointer.
Touchdown! A great play there. 40 yards.
And the Bengals have taken the lead.
Now the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the 2nd half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
To throw again, Jeffries.
He'll drop this down to Williams.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jeffries.
He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault. And he will have a Steelers 1st down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk-reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback, and so he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at him, and hopefully it pays off by the end of the game that you're starting to get to him while still able to cover on the back end.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Chris Olave with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards.
And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points going on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jameson Williams.
His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Jeffries. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jeffries. Eluding the pressure. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. This pass complete to Higgins.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. On 1st and 10, Jeffries, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
On 2nd down, Williams. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On 3rd down, Jeffries. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 36. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off play action. Jeffries.
Connection made with Shenault. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back and forth first half that we've seen. That's taken in by Higgins. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
2nd and 1 from the 2.
Back to throw again.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it would. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll bring him back within 4.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
On play action, Fields. He's got this to Williams, complete.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Another big play here as they strike for 31.
Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great effort there.
With his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Chris Olave heads back to the field as his guys get set for another possession.
He's done his part, but so far it's been in a losing effort, so they've got to fix something.
But that doesn't mean changing anything, the way they're throwing the ball around and his catches and production. Keep doing that. They're going to have to fix some things likely on defense to try and slow down their opponents.
But so far he's north of 100 yards receiving. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. To throw again, Jeffries. And he comes back with one complete. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On first down, Jeffries.
Olave over the middle. On the move past the 40.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Again, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Trayvon Walker, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
So here are the Bengals set to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
27 yards there, a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll give up the middle to Kelly. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
He finds his man complete. It's Richards. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This will be caught just inside the 10. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. They'll go again with Kelly. And he bulls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the 1st down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations, but there's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They begin the drive with Williams.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
To throw on third down, Jeffries. And he'll be hit as he releases him, and that'll fall incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Pulled in at the 24. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They run up the gut with Kelly. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
They force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
So 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati.
And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. A give. This is Kelly. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
22 yards there, a first down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, Jeffries. Over the middle, he's got Shenault. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 36. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 36. Back to throw. Jeffries. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw on 2nd down. Jeffries over the middle. He finds Higgins. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
This one swung out to Williams.
Touchdown! Javonte Williams from 17 yards out.
And the Steelers get a bit closer.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards.
And it was Javonte Williams who capped it all off with a touchdown reception. Fielded right around the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
109 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
That was Nick Bolton rushing in and burying him behind the line.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
They'll hand it off to Kelly. Kendall Fuller in on the stop. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
Now it's Fields off the bootleg.
Rolling to his right. Touchdown, Bengals. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bengals are closing in on a third straight victory to start the campaign.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
The drive starts with a completion left side, and he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Looking to throw. Jeffries, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
And he'll spot Higgins open left side.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
This is Shenault on the receiving end. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
They'll look to throw again.
It's caught. It's Shenault again. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Christian Harris getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And that is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call.
Boy, you hold them short of the marker. You've got the turnover on downs and then roughing the passer.
That celebration was cut short, wasn't it? Went from raised hands to slumped shoulders as a result of that penalty.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And in for the Steelers touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. That time, a 9-play drive. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 43 yards.
And the Bengals are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Back to the air on second down. Jeffries escaping the pressure right. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 27 yards there, a first down. Back to throw. Jeffries.
Slant pass complete to Olave. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Throwing on first down. Jeffries. It's Williams on the catch.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. This one taken in by Olave.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw. Jeffries.
That's Olave bringing in another one.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. Back to throw. Jeffries. This is caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Steelers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. So this drive spans 7 plays, and the gadget play gets him into the end zone.
This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And this one incomplete. And all that remains is 13 seconds. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. That one looks like he'll throw here. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 27 yards there, a first down.
Continuing to keep their foot on the gas. It looks like they're just having fun out there. They're loose, they're free, and they're enjoying what the scoreboard looks like.
I'd have to say I agree with you totally. They're having a blast out there all game long when they throw the football. They're picking up nice chunks of real estate, significant yardage on just about every throw that they make. And there's another one there, and they continue to have that fun that you just talked about.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
On the move to his left. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they